Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Don't you just love weddings? It's so exciting to celebrate two usually young people in love and starting out their forever together. As a guest, we may admire the flowers and the decorations, and definitely the bride's dress and her radiant smile. We may laugh at the groom's nervousness, all over the father of the bride's tears, as he gives his daughter's hand to her soon-to-be husband. After the ceremony, we enjoy the food and fellowship, and maybe even dancing. We see them off on their honeymoon by throwing rice, or flinging flower petals, or blowing bubbles, or whatever they've decided to do. We sigh wistfully and return home with a smile. What a lovely day they'll have to look back on. Now, that's not how weddings went in the Bible days, though. A wedding was a whole community event that lasted several days of feasting and celebrating, and the groom had to pay for the whole thing. And that was only part of it. When they got engaged, he started building a house, sometimes building onto his parents' house. He couldn't actually get married until he had a house to take her back to, and proof that he could support her. Part of that proof was his ability to throw a big party, providing food and wine for all the guests for several days. Sheesh, we thought our daughter's wedding would be expensive. So for practically a whole village, plus friends and relatives from other villages, well, these kind of events could get pretty big pretty fast. So running out of wine when a poor bridegroom was trying to prove that he was financially stable enough to care for his bride, well, that would be humiliating to say the least. And it would probably always be known as that wedding where they ran out of wine. Not good. Wine represents joy, so that would not be a good start to the couple's life. Apparently, Jesus' mother Mary was helping serve, or at least was good enough friends of the family to know the ins and outs of what was going on. When she found out that they'd run out of wine, she went straight to Jesus. After all, since Joseph had probably died by this time, Jesus would have been her eldest and the head of her household. She probably didn't go to him for a miracle. It's just that he was her problem solver. After all, he probably never had a bad idea in his life. I picture him kind of like my dad always was, a fix-it man that everyone went to. After all, he was a carpenter. Maybe Mary just thought that he would have a good idea, so she went to him with the dilemma, saying, "They have no wine." She knew he would want to know the problem because he was so compassionate and cared for people. He would want to help his friend save face if possible. She was asking for help for a practical problem from the one she trusted most, her son. Isn't that what we should do when we have a problem? Take it to Jesus. In fact, he's the best person to talk to about any situation. Now, I guarantee Mary did not get the answer she expected, but he did work everything out for good. We'll talk a bit about that tomorrow, but for now, do you have a problem? Or maybe you just feel like you've run out of joy. Will you take that to the Lord today?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes at our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.